Hello, am I audible to all of you right now? Because last time I was not audible to all of you. Can you please let me know if I am audible to all of you? Yes, I'm very sorry, but these are technological errors. Sometimes they happen. So sorry for that. Now let us start the session. Okay. Uh, Very good evening to all of you. So before moving to the chart checks recently, I would like to show you one important data that came out at investing.com. Okay, I'm going to the investing.com just for a second. Okay, now in just a second. Thanks for confirming. Uh, just a second. In the news economic calendar, I'm going there. Now I would like to show you some important points here. Okay. Today, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Jayanti, so India is a holiday. But right now, ECB decision came, rate decision came in the ECB, and you can see that the ECB rate decision was rate remained the same. Okay, the Eurozone policy meeting, you can see all the rates that were declared, all had come actually the same. Now, all of you know that there is huge inflation all about uh, voice not coming. Someone is saying, but is my voice audible right now? Is my voice audible right now? Clear cut? Yes. So all of you know that there is huge inflation right now globally, right? There is huge inflation, and we discuss this every week, and let us take it from there only. So if I open this chart layout, so look at this global commodity basket. As you can see, all these are monthly charts. Okay, so I have repeated this again and again. I am repeating this week also. See, there is no sign of retracement, and you can see zinc actually moving higher in this month. All these are monthly chart. Ladies at all-time high. Iron ore, though not all-time high, but quite high. Nickel is again moving higher. Everything is at all-time high. But the worst thing is that if I'm discussing, and we have to repeat the same thing again uh, right now, is that commodity basket agri. Now this is the worst part right now, because as you can see in the monthly chart, see, wheat had come down, now again going up. Corn future you can see at lifetime high. Soybean at lifetime high. Sugar going towards multi-year high. Cotton you can see already, apart from this 2010 uh, short period, apart from that, this is lifetime high. And you can see that the sunflower seeds, because they are the generation of oil, from their edible oil is generated, or everything is at lifetime high. Now this is a very typical situation that happens in an economy when it is war ridden, because there is supply constraint, because Ukraine is called the food basket of the grain basket of the world. Okay, now Ukraine is devastated, and Russia is major supplier of all the uh, other commodities. Now, due to all this sanction and the war, what will happen is that all the manufacturing companies and the FMCG companies will face margin shortage and face demand destruction. Already, you can see that auto sales. If you see auto sales March month on month on month, if you see, you will see that auto sales are declining. Okay, in Indian, auto sales are declining. So if you go to the news, so you will find that the auto sales are actually declining. And auto sales, if you look at March 2022, I am writing. So month on month, there are auto sales that are declining coming. And if you see the cards, you will find that most of the cards prices are 15 to 18% up. Okay, right now. Now, all the raw material prices have doubled. You have to just understand all the raw material prices have just doubled. So even if there is a 15-18% rise in the end product, they are not able to pass on the entire thing. And that is why there will be huge margin pressure in all the manufacturing and FMCG companies. See what has happened to the wheat. Now, a biscuit maker like Britannia, do you think Britannia is able to pass on, because wheat prices from 3 years back, it has become 3 times. Do you think that biscuit prices has become 3 times? Because biscuits are made out of flour, right? Which comes out of wheat. Now, do you think, tell me, that biscuit prices have become 3 times? Tell me, biscuit prices haven't become 3 times, right? So it is very easy to understand that all these manufacturing companies and FMCG companies will face huge earning pressure, margin pressure. One, there is demand destruction, and one, there is the pressure from the uh, high raw material cost. So this is one thing. But on the other hand, if you look at the uh, things, economy is growing. Indian economy, how much it is going to uh, now tell me, economy, how much it is about to grow, Indian economy this year? How much is Indian economy about to grow? Tell me. Do you track numbers? What IMF have projected? 8%, right? If this kind of commodity price hike remains, even then it will grow 4-5%. It will go 4-5%, right? Now, if the economy is growing 4-5%, what is the inflation? What is the inflation? Around 7-8%, at least 7-8%. So 5 plus 7, the nominal, if the margins remain stable in majority of the sectors like bank, if in majority sector of like banks, the IT, so in majority of the sector, how much have you seen the Infosys result this week? Have you seen the Infosys result last week on Thursday? So what is Infosys projected for next year, financial year? What has Infosys projected for? 13 to 16% earning growth, right? Now, last year also, they, in the final quarter, had projected 12 to 14%. But how much they have done this year? How much they have done? They projected from 12 to 14% in last March, but how much they have done? 19 to 20%. Now, if they have projected 13 to 14%, Infosys is a conservative company. Quite likely they will do around at least 10-12%. So you can understand the IT and the uh, and the and the other sectors like the banking combined constitute about 60-70%. So earnings as a whole, Sensex earnings will grow. As a whole, Nifty earning will grow. So in spite of high inflation, I may be facing a lot of heat in the market. Or sorry, heat in our daily life when we go to the market. But actually, the overall scenario, the price of the earning of the index may rise, and that is why it is quite difficult to predict at this point of time, sitting at this point of time, that based just on the fundamentals, that whether market will fall or rise. Now, let me show you a situation which is in the monthly chart in the Nifty. I am going to the auto mode. Now, I will go back to a little bit of history. Now, look at this phase from 2006 to 2007. And now go to the commodity basket around that time. Do you see the same picture, that the commodity price rising from 2006, 2007 to 2008. Look at, no, aluminium is not available, nickel is not available in MCX, iron is not available. These are not available, but the global commodities would be available. See, around that point of time, 2006-7, you can see the wheat prices went up around that point of time also. You can see from 2005-6 it started, corn had gone up. Look at this period, 2006-7 time period when the price of soybean had gone up. Look at this period when the price of sugar had gone to all-time high. It had gone to 36. And look at the cotton. Around this time, the same time, the cotton has gone from 38 to 206. And so Black Sea sunflower oil is not available, but you can understand similar kind of inflation was there in 2006-7 also. Is it clear? Is it very clear that 2006-7 also there was similar kind of inflation? Tell me. Are you getting my point? 2006-7 also was similar kind of inflation, right? If I show you the oil, at least the data is available. You can see the oil prices at that time from a level of from 2006 level was 48 went to 146. So the inflation was very high at that point of time also. So let us see what Nifty did. From 2006, Nifty was 2700, and by the time 2008 crash came, we were more than double. So in spite of inflation, in spite of people facing a lot of heat, what happened? Stock market went down. So fundamentally, it is very difficult. Though we are facing a common sense says that it is very difficult for market to go up. We have to, if we take the history in our strides, we will understand that by common sense, it is very difficult to actually predict about the market. Is it clear? Because I wanted to make this part clear before I go into the recent technicals and other things. So this part you can clear that in spite of this huge inflation, geopolitical tension, market can go up, right? Now, what I have done, as I promised in the last class also, in the previous section also, if Nifty go towards these upper levels, I would book out. I don't have stocks much, so I would book out my mutual funds, and I have booked out my mutual funds in the higher levels. Okay, as I said, in possibly last or last to last session of evening session, a post-market session, I say. Now, what market has done, as I was expecting, market has gone to 18,100 and market has pulled back. Okay. Now, I have gone back to daily chart. Please understand this. Where is market right now? Just exactly at 20 DMA. Where is RSI right now? Let me put it Nifty Futures. It will be more interesting then, because then you will have the volume profile thing also, right? Nifty Futures, okay? So, Nifty Futures. Where is Nifty right now? Leave the SGX. Where is Nifty right now? Just at 20 DMA. And we can see from recent price action, and let us take this recent price action from where it started. Now, where can I see a huge level of volume price of control? Tell me. Let it be an interactive session. Now, you can understand that market has very strong support in the 17,300 to around 17,500, because 17,300 is volume point of control in terms of price action since the sideways move started from last September. This is the volume price action point of control, and 200 DMA is just around 17,176, and over a period of time it will come to 17,200. So it is very difficult to short the Nifty in the zone of 17,200 to 17,500. All of us are getting my point, that is it very difficult for us, though Nifty has fallen, it is very difficult for us to short the Nifty in this zone. Clear? Is the understanding clear? Now, in terms of Bank Nifty, if I come, I will show you the same thing. Bank Nifty future, I will again take. If I look at the Bank Nifty future, see, Bank Nifty is very bullish compared to Nifty. These are in positive zone, MACD, RSI in positive zone. Overall, this look like a chart support. Overall, not fundamental, technical wise, and very strong support remains in the 36,700, 900 zone. Now, what can happen is that because the global market is falling, now let me go to the Dow Jones chart. Now, let me go to the Dow Jones chart and see, this is the weekly chart of Dow Jones that I have opened. Okay. Let me have all the indicators coming. Dow Jones also has, though it is right now bearish, and today there will be candle close. Dow Jones has good amount of support. Oh, again, Nifty chart came. Sorry, I have to look at the Dow Jones. So in the Dow Jones chart, you can see there is a very strong support being placed at 34,000, and so 34,000 is acting as a support, and below that also 33,200 will be support. Tomorrow is Good Friday, so the whole global market is closed, and I don't think that the Dow will be very negative ahead of that. And what is the shape of the Bollinger? It has turned horizontal. So global market is totally directionless. If I talk about Bank Nifty, it is still overall bullish, and possibly once it breaks above 38,200 convincingly, 200, 300, it can resume uptrend. And as I told in the very last week, that if market comes to 38,100, you try to sell. This remains the same. Even if next week, if you get a top towards 38,200, try to sell. And if you see market dipping in the zone of 37,000 to 37,200, you try to buy the Bank Nifty. Nifty has been bearish. Nifty has a lot of support, and as I showed you that it is very difficult to short the Nifty at this point of time because there are a lot of support. It is an overall correction that is going on. So not a very clear view. Only thing that I can tell you is that if Nifty comes near 70,200, 300, surely look to buy calls of 18,000 of next month, or 17,800. Look to buy calls because they will be far away calls and they will go lower. And if you get again towards 18,065, what will you will try to do? Tell me, what will you try to do if you get levels of 18,000? What will you try to do? You will try to buy puts. You will try to buy puts. Try to buy 70,500 puts. Okay, as simple as that. Until then, there is no overall clarity in the market. Please understand, there is no overall clarity in the market. It is very difficult for now market to have a direction. See, Bollinger Band is also flattening out. And to be honest, this week, the stock ideas that were shared by me did not work with. So one was Kaveri seed that I shared. Okay, so Kaveri seed. Just a second. Seed. I tweeted about it also. Just a second. I will get the symbol there. Okay. So if I go to my profile, KSCL. Okay. KSCL is the symbol. So this week I gave KSCL as a trade, which did not work out. I gave a trade. It went a little bit above, but it is not sustaining. It can go above because this has trying to break the zone, but get into it once it stays above 625 only. Another was GSCL, which I gave yesterday, looking at the breakout, but it actually came back. I saw the good volume. It can again go up if it sustains above this 585 level, but it actually pulled back. But again, if it breaks above this 580, the overall structure is bullish. It can go up. Overall, see, because HDFC Bank results are on Saturday, a lot will depend on that. We cannot predict how other things will shape up. And it is very difficult to shape up sector-wise which sector will do good because the IT sector, Infosys results are lower than expected, and HDFC results will decide a lot of I have started putting 1 or 2 points in Twitter, not very active. Okay. StockEdge social stocks are shared by our team there. I share mostly in the TMP program. I will try to share in the StockEdge social also. Okay, going forward. Now, the factor is that what I was trying to tell you, it is very difficult right now to predict what market will do because global market is in a range bound fashion, and the ugliest thing that has to happen right now is that the dollar index, as you can see, moved above this line, went above 100. It had pulled back. Now we have to see the movement of dollar index to understand. Still, it is again it is above 100 because today ECB did not raise the rate. So euro is getting weakened and dollar is moving higher. So this is not a good news for equities overall. Okay. Final thing, this remains a crisis situation. US 10-year bond yield, as you can see, it is going up, moving up. And though RBI has not raised rate, you can see India 10-year government bond yield. If I go there, you can see it has also started rising. Now, this cycle, it is likely to go towards 7.7, 7.8 before any kind of resistance come in. So, the rate can rise a little bit more from here. Very difficult to right now guess because we are in a range bound situation. Too difficult to say that which way the overall market will go. Only the last thing that I want to tell you here is natural gas is on a move on its own, and we don't know where it will stop. So gas prices are going to go up and everywhere in the globe. And if I show you the crude oil for a moment, if a daily, you can see crude oil again starting to breach, and crude oil has already breached this resistance level. So now, because the geopolitical tension from yesterday, you might have heard Russia uh, saying that we won't be isolated and we won't let anyone isolate thing. So thing can escalate and the crude oil can easily go up. And WTI is right now 104. Brent is already near 108. So not a good sign overall, but still you know that market is market. In spite of all these things, they can go up. So we will observe and take a call. Only good thing is that see the strategy I would finally like to share that my crude oil strategy, which I discussed last week in my webinar here, crude oil strategy, I took this webinar. Okay. Now, what happened is that this webinar has a lot of things, but one strategy in this, the hourly strategy, was not working great in between. Why? Because the wartime volatility has kicked in. Okay. The wartime volatility has kicked in. I will show you the chart layout. So this was the chart 1 hour crude strategy. It had started giving hunting for stop losses many times, because what has happened is that overall the volatility due to the war, you see, this is the period when it stopped working, when wartime volatility was high. But again, the market has become, again, directional moves have started happening, and it has started it has started working again, because the war related volatility period, you can see a lot of errors happening over these 2 weeks because of the war related volatility. But this has gone away. This is working again quite well. But I have developed a alternative model even to coping with the wartime volatility. That is this model. Those who want to know, I'm just for them, I'm just saying. And Vivek sir, I will take just 1 or 2 minutes. See, the model is all the same that it was there, which I discussed in this webinar of yesterday. Webinar I have discussed yesterday, this webinar, but this is in Hindi. For those who have already trading the hourly strategy, this is still working well. Only for the hourly strategy, I have just done an addition. I am telling it because many people have taken this webinar earlier, and for them, I am just also want to tell the overall thing that, see, I have introduced a ATR, 23 period ADR. Rest all are same. Okay. Rest all are same. Only thing that I have introduced a 23-hour SMA in the hourly chart. And what I am doing for target and stop loss, what I am doing here is, the only thing is that, see, today was also a trade here, uh, which worked very well. Okay. There was a, after yesterday there was a trade here, the hourly crude strategy, and you can see this also, sorry, this was the candle when it came down. So trade was here, which actually got successful, as you can see. The only thing that I modified in this uh, thing is that target is based on previous candle ATR. So target is 0.7 ATR of previous candle. So if I'm trading here, my previous candle signal is generated, target is 0.7 ATR and stop loss is 0.5 ATR. So instead of a fixed target that we were taking here, I have modified it because wartime volatility has gone up. So normal my stop loss of 0.4 or 0.45 was getting hit. So to to I had to modify it after 2 years of using this strategy, because the war came. And what I did is, because it is trades 23 hours a day, I have included a 23-hour SMA here. And what I have done, my target, if signal is generated here through our earlier method, only thing is that my target will be 0.7 ATR and stop loss will be 0.5 ATR. Another thing, what I want, earlier when it was crossing below 50, I was taking. Now I have taken that previous candle. If it is crossing also previous candle, it should start below 45. And for short previous candle, it would have to start above 55. So see, this was not a trade, because here it started from uh, above 50, above 45 level. So this was not a trade in that front, right? So this was not a trade actually. This was not a trade, because it started ever, but this was the trade. This was the first trade that came after my strategy webinar was done. I showed it. The only reason I'm showing it right now because I have earlier many people have taken the strategy. Due to the war, I have to put in a uh, modification of the strategy, and I showed this to all of you. And you can see most of the trades after that are coming are success after I had given the input of the ATR and this small modification. Now I will like to hand it over to Vivek sir. Thank you. Vivek sir, how I took a little bit of time because we were late to start. Hi sir, can you hear me? Can you please take it over, sir?
Yes. Very good evening to
Sorry about
everyone.
the delay.
I hope you guys are able to hear me. Can you please confirm if you guys are able to hear me? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Somit, Varun, Aman Bhai. Thank you, Sharath. Thank you so much. So let me welcome all my dear club members, all my dear StockEdge premium users, and also all my lovely TMP family members. So it's always a pleasure to interact with all of you on Friday evenings and talk about the market, talk about things which are happening in the market, present my view related to the market to all of you, and where do I see market going from here. So last Friday, I discussed about the macro problem with respect to global markets right now, with dollar going up and yield curve in US going up, commodities going up. So it was kind of a disconnect in the market, which was making us slightly dicey. But then there were stock specific opportunities which one had to capture. Because if you are there in the market, you have to be in the market. Otherwise, it's very difficult to be in the market. I also suggested that people should have a clear cut core portfolio and the satellite portfolio. And I hope that you guys are still holding on to your core portfolio, and satellite portfolio will always be used for the purpose of playing momentum in the market. Typically, in this kind of a market scenario, you want to take profit faster, you want to have smaller stop losses, and that is what market is there right now in this current form. So yes, there is complexity in the market. Yes, there is a disconnect in the market. So I would always suggest that use smaller capital to play the momentum and have a core portfolio, because you never know what market will do. Whether market will go down in a hurry, I have a doubt. Whether market will go up in a hurry, I have a doubt. So there will be enough stock specific actions available for you guys. As we do, we are going to do a, it is not going to be Q&A session, so I'm not looking at the question panel. I'm going to just share my thought process with you. I'm going to share with you something very interesting. I've recorded a video a couple of minutes ago on candlestick. I have given the 15 most important candlestick pattern one should know. So next Wednesday, I'm going to release that video. And I also explained the process of using StockEdge for the benefit of deriving the benefit of candlestick for everyone. So I'm going to give you one small understanding of how you should start using candlestick if you have not done it. Okay, so but first of all, let me switch off my webcam, and now let me talk about the market overall. So again, when we talk about the market overall, we have to look at the dollar index. So dollar still going up more than 100. It's not a very good sign. Market try to went up, corrected, but is market poised for a major correction? Not sure about it. I think 200-day moving average of market, this level 16,800, 16,700. So till market is trading above the zone of 16,900 to 17,200, 17,300, I don't see a matter of concern. Yes, you will not see huge rally in stocks. You will not make a lot of money. But yes, if you are part of the momentum stocks, which I explained in my last video, and if you guys have not seen that, please do see last Friday's session, which is available in YouTube, by the way, youtube.com/stockage. You can go to this. I don't know how many people you know this, but if you go to youtube.com/stockage, you will be able to see a recording of all these sessions. Okay, so just go there. So visit this session of last Friday here. You will be able to see the discussion which I had made last Friday. All right, so market again remains where it is. Commodities are going up, commodities going down, so there will be fair bit of volatility. And the concern area for the market is this, which is 2-year yield curve and 10-year yield curve. So there is a clear cut direction of recession in US market. So what do we do? Should we square up our trade? Should we go absolutely zero in the market? Well, if you are someone, as I mentioned last time also, that if you are someone with a weak heart, you should definitely stay away from the market, at least for coming one quarter. But yes, if you can manage that volatility in the market and if you can participate in that volatility, then this is a great time to play momentum in the market and make money in stocks which are showing the momentum. If you remember in the last video, I talked about how to identify the momentum stocks, and we also discussed about the 52-week high zone concept. So strong stocks which are trading at a 52-week high zone, and look at some of the stocks which has shown amazing performance. So look at this stock, uh, Credit Access. Look at IFL, crazy. I mean, since it has become part of that 52-week high zone, the stock has shown good return. It looks like my internet is slow right now, so the chart is not opening. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so let's see IFL. Look at this movement. Absolutely crazy movement, given a breakout. I'm looking for a great movement in IFL. Strong stock, giving good breakout. Then Praj Industries. So all these are the stocks which came in that 52-week high in the strong zone, and the kind of movement these stocks have given. Sure, there have been stocks which have not given movement, but we always have a stop loss to protect ourselves from those stocks. And some of the stocks like these, where I already have a position, where I've also kind of shared my ideas in StockEdge Club. So people who are part of StockEdge Club, they know exactly what I'm talking about. All my ideas which I share, some of them I trade as well, I do share in StockEdge Club, and I have my own stop loss. Okay, by the way. So I mean, I always say this to people, that have your own stop loss. Different people will have different methods of having stop loss. So I have my own method of having stop loss, and I'm following that, and I'm making money from the market. So I would advise you also to find out your method. And I cannot guide you a method per se. I can suggest what I follow, which I've already said. I follow the relative strength method. I follow this 2 hourly chart, relative strength and super trend, plus daily chart 21 period relative strength to exit any stock. Okay. uh, for the sake of repeat, I would say that um, when I am looking at exit strategy, either I can do a price based stop loss, or I can do an indicator based stop loss. Price based stop loss is basically when you enter in a particular candle, you take a low of the previous candle as your stop loss. Okay, and your take profit will be 2 times of that stop loss. 50% you take profit, 50% you trail. So people who are starting in the market, people with weak hearts, they will obviously keep the price based stop loss. But people like me who have been in the market, who can handle the volatility in the market, we typically keep the indicator based stop loss. So take an example of this stock, JK Paper. Now, because it went up, it came down, my stop loss was not hit. Why? Because indicator did not ask me to square up. My 2 hourly RS was strong. My 2 hourly RS plus the daily RS 21 period was also above zero. So there was no stop loss for me. So I was able to hold on to the position. But if it was a price based stop loss for someone, probably the price based stop loss would have got triggered. So for strong hearts, indicator based stop loss works. For weak hearts, price based stop loss. For new market participants, I will always suggest price based stop loss. I will not suggest you indicator. That's why I don't give stop loss. I don't give take profit. I only highlight stocks which I'm looking at. Probably I'm also trading at, and I share the ideas with you for you to do whatever you want to do. Okay, it's not a recommendation. It's not, I don't want you to blindly follow me, because even I can go wrong. Having said that, my relative strength model has been with me for 5 to 6 years, and it has really helped me in building my capital base by investing in cash market. So this is one I wanted to talk to you about. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is a very important feature of StockEdge, which probably not many of you would be using. So let me highlight that feature, and I've highlighted it in the Wednesday video also, but very, very crudely. You know, when you go to scans, there is a candlestick scans, okay, and there are different kind of candlestick patterns which we have given to you. I discussed 15 candlestick patterns from this, very, very important patterns. And what I want you to do is, there is a star here. Can you see the star here? All of you, can you see the star here? The star helps you to favorite the candlestick pattern which you like. So, you know, the 15 ones which I've highlighted, you can favorite them, or you can favorite these also. The advantage of making it favorite is that when you look at your stock watch list, so say for example, I have this primary stock watch list with these stocks, okay, and when you go to scan, okay, you get all scan and my scan. All scan is, you know, you get a pictorial presentation of all these scans which are working in these stocks, okay, and you get my scan, which is basically my favorite scans, which stock is seeing actions in my favorite scans. So if you see here what I've done, because my scan has lot of scans which I have, so my scan, you see I have highlighted all the major scans which I want to follow, and I'm an extremely price based you know, trader. So for me, price based scans are extremely important. So when I go to my watch list, and when I go to a primary or whatever watch list, you go to scan, you see these are the conditions which are getting satisfied in the stock. So agrotech food right now is weak, Asian Paints is right now weak, Bharti Airtel, there is a weekly high delivery, and it's also strong. You see, I'm more interested in finding stocks where I can see some kind of an outlier action happening. Look at this stock, VIP Industries. It is trading in a weekly high zone, strong stock vis-a-vis the market, and there is an inverted hammer pattern here. This is something interesting. Now I will go to VIP chart. Okay, let's go to VIP Industries and let us see the chart pattern here. So this is a beautiful stock. So for me, next week I have to look at this stock because it's a strong stock, strong price action. On a EOD basis, there is an inverted hammer pattern which has come. Relative strength is strong. Although 2 hourly it is showing me negativity, but on a daily 20p1 period as well as RSI above 50, this is a strong stock. So if I have to build position, if I was you, I would start building position in VIP Industries. Do you agree to this? Let me get a quick confirmation from all of you. Do you agree to this? Okay, Shashank, I take your feedback. We are working on it. Okay. Kindly show settings of each indicator. Tarun, please do see my webinar in Elearnmarkets regarding this, or you can see session number 32 of Learn to Trade. So just go to elearnmarkets.com/learn to trade. मैंने सारी बातें एकदम ओपनली शेयर की हुई है, तो प्लीज आप जाइए और ये 32 नंबर, सॉरी 31 नंबर सेशन जो है इसको देख लीजिए. You will be able to understand the, you know, why on okay, Varun is asking why on inverse hammer. Well, it is not about on inverse hammer. Please try to understand. So many indicator is, you know, trying to give you an indication. Shailendra is saying that 2 hour super trend is negative. That's okay. See, you know, Shailendra, I think you have not seen my webinar or you have not seen these videos. If you see this video, you will understand the concept. Please, guys, I have a small request. All of you, please, if you have not seen my video in Learn to Trade, you are not doing justice to yourself. because I have recorded my best content free of cost for all of you to see. Okay, and obviously if you need my guidance further, club is there, social is there, where you can join, you can become part of it. बट इसके अंदर में मैंने उस सारे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर दे दिया। शैलेंद्र जी, प्लीज गो एंड सी ऑल द वीडियोस, एटलीस्ट सेशन 40 तक आप सबको देखना है, क्योंकि उसमें कैश मार्केट और ऑप्शंस का मैंने बेसिक्स पूरे अच्छे से कवर कर दिया। ओके, प्लीज आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू, सी दिस, share with your family members, share with your friend, because this is like I've given my heart and soul inside this content. So सारे questions का answer आपको मिल जाएगा. And what I'm asking you to do is, now that you're part of StockEdge Social, you're part of our working, if you have any question here, please post the questions here. और अगर आप अभी तक StockEdge Club का part नहीं है, StockEdge Social का part नहीं है, please for 1 year, and it's my, and when I'm requesting on your behalf. For 1 year, join StockEdge Club. 1 year of learning in StockEdge Club will give you immense exposure with respect to right learning in the market. You will not lose much. It's a small investment, but you get tremendous benefit becoming part of this community. All right. So, as I said that we will not take questions. If you have questions, please send an email to me at vivek@stockedge.com, or you can also there will be a feedback form at the end of this session. You can post your question there and we will definitely answer your question. So coming back to my point, once you customize stockage based on it, so what you can do is you can add many stocks. I mean, we allow almost 50 stocks in a portfolio. Add कर लो, scans के through quickly check कर लो किस stock के अंदर में क्या alert आ रहा है, and then only look at those stocks where you have interest in participating. As simple as that. So just to summarize today's discussion, and I hope my video is on. Yeah, just to summarize today's discussion. So broader 10,000 feet market का view बनाए तो dicey है. Momentum market में अभी भी है. Momentum oriented stocks में participate करना है. Momentum oriented stocks को participate करने के कई तरीके हैं. 52-week high zone and all those are parameters which can be used. Candlestick can be one of the way to get confirmation. Use trading view for your deep chart understanding. Use StockEdge for your end of the day homework. This combination, this knowledge bank is sufficient for you to participate in the market. If you guys are stuck anywhere, feel free to connect with us. We will make sure that you understand the concepts to the fullest, and definitely you become an independent market participant. Thank you so much. This is a long weekend we have, right? Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. So have a great weekend. Spend time with your family. ऐसा मौका नहीं मिलेगा. Give time to that family which wants you. And always remember, family अगर नहीं खुश है तो आप कभी खुश नहीं हो पाओगे. So market is not the place to remain pressurized or sad. Market is a place to be happy. The more you are happy, the better for you, the better for your family. So stay blessed and spend a lot of quality time with your family in coming 3 days. Thank you, Souradeep, and thank you for the support team for being there always, all the time. Bye bye. Take care.